Student at the University of Oregon. What career field do you intend to go into, and why are you pursuing journalism?
Well, for starters, why I'm pursuing journalism is because I've always had an interest in sports. Since I was about, I guess, like 7 or 8 or 9. One of my earliest sports memories is just watching Allen Iverson play. Because since my dad was a huge Sixers fan and my parents are from Philly, I always watched Philly sports growing up. And like I said, I always wanted to do something with sports. And I tried playing sports when I was a kid, but I sucked. And I realized that. And I realized that one of the best avenues that I can get into that my dad kind of like sort of introduced me to, but he was like, I was watching SportsCenter one day and he was like, oh, you could do something like that. I remember, I don't know how I remember, but I remember it, but I just remember it was Stuart Scott who was anchoring that particular SportsCenter episode, and then I just like kind of just started looking more into it, and I realized that that's, the field of journalism, and what better field to go into as a sports fan about, what better field as a sports fan to get into, being able to go to the sports, cover them, and be there, really be immersed in the atmosphere.
Cool. You mentioned that sports were key to your identity growing up, living it with your dad, watching SportsCenter.
Mm-hmm.
What part of that, how has that shaped you, and why are sports important to you? Is it because of your family?
Yeah, big part of it, I'd say, and also just because sports does so much good in the world. Yes, you do have athletes that are being arrested for whatever reason, always have legal problems and stuff like that, but sports is a great distractor for whenever something bad's happening. A memory that always sticks out to me when it comes down to sports is the first football game that was played in the Superdome, the Louisiana Superdome after Hurricane Katrina, how a lot of those people who were probably in that arena that day had to live in there because their home was destroyed because of Hurricane Katrina, and how it was just a huge distraction of what's going on. And even here at the U of O, whenever the football team is good, or whenever there's a football game happening, you don't necessarily worry about a paper you have to do or whatever is concerning you, because for that brief moment of time, those 3 or 4 hours, you're fully invested into just hoping your team wins. And that's one of the things I like about sports that people tend to forget, I think, that it's such a great way to distract you from whatever is ailing you.
As a sports journalism student, what opportunities have you taken advantage of to pursue your career? Any cool experiences there?
Yes. So I've actually done one of the things I wanted to choose about the University of Oregon was because their sports are really good across the board, or at least pretty good across the board. Being in the Pac-12, a top 5, it's a Power 5 conference, so that's encouraging. And the journalism school is one of the best in the country as well. And some of the opportunities that come along with that, I've worked for the Pac-12 a little bit, doing the student work stuff. I did one thing for ESPNU Campus Connection way back when, but when Oregon was in the national championship, I was fortunate enough to work on an ESPN production with that, so that was cool. Doing Duck TV also opened a ton of doors for me, and those doors included not a sports related, but interning with CBS News, and now working with Comcast Sportsnet Northwest has just added to the amount of opportunities that I've gotten and just the cool things I've done being at the U of O. Because like I said, when it comes down to a journalism school like the U of O size, it's credible and people know it nationwide, and you can get a lot more opportunities from that, and it's just a matter of seizing those opportunities when they arise. And I felt as though that I've done that once when I was able to get them.
Marsha.
Hello. 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 Hello.